Hey guys, HappyCattyCrypto here and welcome back to the channel. So before we go any further into this guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the notifications bell to stay informed. All sorts of different useful links below in the description if you're looking for different things to get involved in. Do check those out. So we're going to be talking about one of the most controversial subjects in crypto, which is burning. And it's a very interesting subject because what we've always been led to believe is this has a very positive effect regardless of when you're doing it. It's not circumstantial. And realistically, it's a situation where you can just burn, and it will get you to your targeted goal. Now, I'm of a different belief. I have a very different understanding of burning. I've got a lot of data that shows us doing it at the wrong time is not the best idea. And we've seen this not only on the Terra Luna Classic chain, which is a well set in base chain, so to speak. We've had substantial market caps over $1 billion at that point. And then I've seen it happen with microcap coins as well. I saw a coin burn $1 million worth of a token and it literally just crushed the price because you're just removing that market cap. So you're just removing $1 million worth of market cap. So in theory, right, you're introducing an instant $1 million sell to your market price. So it's a very interesting subject. So let's click onto this proposal. And this is a really strange situation because the proposal itself, I don't know if this proposal ties in, right, to another proposal. But what I do know is 1.5% is definitely far too much when it comes down to a burn tax. And what you'll always see is the people who vote yes to this kind of thing, they don't have any projects, they're not building, they're not working really on chain. They just have validators as to which stuff like this is more beneficial to them personally, whereas it's not very beneficial to projects, to CEXs, for example, like Binance. There's lots of different circumstances that come into play when you talk about increasing the burn tax. At the beginning, it was a lot different. Now we've got a lot of projects that are building, and if you just increase the burn tax, throw it up something crazy like 1.5%, it's probably going to push a lot of projects out, and that's not what we want at this point. So we do need to be very careful when it comes down to increasing the burn tax by anything. But what I want to do here is kind of give my perspective on things because I'm in the middle of this. I believe in that there's a time, place, and placement for absolutely everything that we do, and timing is absolutely key. Throughout this whole 2-year journey, we've always spoken as a community about raising the burn tax or lowering the burn tax, and something that's probably been forgotten by a lot of people is the situation where we reduced the burn tax and we always said to ourselves as a community, and I'm sure I can go back and I can find content where we've actually covered this topic a few times, that during the halving cycle, it's probably a good idea to get the burn tax up to 1.2% because there's going to be a lot of traffic coming. This is not something that we want to do mid-flow. We want to make and we want to capitalize the most on this. And if we were to do it during any time, now would definitely be the time to do it. Am I saying we should increase it to 1.5%? Absolutely not. That's stupid. 1.2%, myself as a project owner, a project creator, DApp owner, metric system, all of the different things that use fees from our coffer wallet, for example, that we fund, 1.2% is feasible. We've paid those kind of levies before, and I'm willing to pay that levy again during these real intense high volume halving cycles. And it's very important that we understand that as a community, right, burning under the right circumstances is very good. For example, if we did increase the burn tax to 1.2%, if you went around, you did the rounds and you spoke to every layer of this, projects, DApps, delegates, validators, CEXs, metaverse owners, across the board, everybody, and get everybody to kind of agree on consensus behind the scenes before you go for something like this, that everyone does more or less agree that the tax should go up to 1.2%. We explain the pros, we explain the cons, and we do a lot of lesson-based teaching, so to speak, to sort of enlighten people as to the circumstances of why this is a good idea. Does this mean I'm going to vote yes to this proposal? Absolutely not. I'm going to abstain. The situation really is, right? I agree with the burn tax going up. During a time like this, I think it's very important to do this, but at the same time, I believe in doing things correctly and kind of following the rite of passage, so to speak, when it comes down to this. So I don't think this proposal here, well, this Commonwealth is linked to that proposal that's posted, but it's very hazy. You don't know if there's been typos. You don't know if somebody doesn't have English as their first kind of language that they use. It's all circumstantial, so to speak. So it's best not to make too many assumptions until someone comes forward and says, yes, this is connected to that. And yes, I did write this and I did write that. And it's all interconnected, so to speak. But with the 1.2% burn tax, I definitely agree we should do it. Like we should. If everybody, as a general consensus, and this is definitely something that your high priority targets in this situation is going to be metaverse owners, project owners, NFT project owners, metric systems, validators, and then most importantly, the golden CEX that burns, which is Binance. They need to be on board with this because they'll have to make changes to their side. And remember, this means they're going to be burning a lot more. So we are asking Binance to burn more LUNC. That's something we need to understand, that this isn't just as simple as us going, okay, yes, we can just change it through a proposal. We can put a parameter change up and we can get it through. Yes, we can do that. Okay, but if it's not done correctly, it's going to cause all sorts of insane chaos, to say the least. So something I want to point out here is, although I do agree with the burn tax going up, there's stuff in this proposal that doesn't make sense. There's stuff that I don't agree with. There's stuff that really confuses me. And this whole kind of like providing a significant resource and time for the community for new projects, this is not. It's going to apply more pressure to projects because they've got more to pay out. They've got to equate for more in the transaction, so to speak. And then also we have to go in and tweak our systems to incorporate this 1.2% burn tax. So I don't think it gives time for new projects. I really don't. And this is where there becomes like a huge confusion as to like what burning does and what burning doesn't do. Like I said at the beginning, right? I've got a lot of substantial proof that points to burning in the way that Binance burns isn't great. Like if they were to just do those burns on the transaction every single day and those were happening on the transaction, it would be far more bullish. Far more bullish, because you wouldn't be seeing that substantial hit at the end of every single month, which is very predictable. It's predictable for a trader, for professional traders. That's a gold mine. Each and every month, they know there's going to be some sort of reaction on the chart. And historically, it's shown us that it doesn't make it go up. It makes it go down. When it comes to the 1.2% burn tax, although Binance wouldn't go to daily burning, is that there would be more coins being burned per day. And obviously, we've got a lot of people that use and abuse the system in their own little unique and individual ways. So at least then you'd be getting a bit more out of them for their use and abuse of the system. So I think these are all really important points when it comes down to talking about the burn tax. And by any means, this isn't an easy subject to talk about, and it's not easy to take a side of this thing and simply go to yourself, yes, we should do it, or no, we shouldn't do it. There's pros and there's cons, and the lists are very substantial at this point. So like I said, for me, if somebody gets a well-written 1.2% burn tax increase proposal up and they've got all of the T's and all of the I's done and dusted, we've got that nod, we've got the confirmation. Binance puts out an official tweet saying, yes, we will support a change to the 1.2% burn tax, then by heck, I'm up for it. I'll vote yes for it, because I think it's good that we follow through with what we initially had as our brain thought patterns, that during the time of the halving cycle, we should put the burn tax up to 1.2%. Because the likelihood is a lot of these people, right, and this is what everybody needs to also understand, is a lot of people are going to eject from crypto after the halving cycle. It's something that we can't control, you can't control, I can't control. Everybody's going to want to take profits, right? And this is where you're going to want to get them. It's on their way out when they've got the most. And I know that sounds kind of greedy and kind of like this really business based marketing perspective. But if everybody wants to kind of maximize and capitalize on this as best as they can, this is the kind of thought pattern I would be following from a marketing business perspective. But guys, let me know what you think about raising the burn tax to 1.5%. I think it's absolutely insane doing this and just kind of like not following the rite of passage and covering all of the ins and outs. Instead, we're seeing a very select group of people who are renowned for acting on their own accord in their own best interest. So I think this is all stuff you guys should like look at. Maybe you should question a little bit, maybe go and ponder it for a few hours while you touch grass. But other than that, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.